We have Stingray Robb with us, IndyCar driver. Thank you so much, Stingray, for chatting with us this evening.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So the first question that we really would love to know, and it's not even on your website, but Stingray Robb. That is your legal name on your birth certificate. So, what is this name about?
Yeah, so it is very unique. It's hard to find on a keychain. Can't really go to many places and be able to fit in.
Or on a coffee cup?
Um, yeah, exactly. Usually when I go to a coffee shop or something, I use my middle name to order just because it's way easier to explain that versus Stingray. So, but anyways, my parents were big Corvette fans, and so that's kind of how I got that name, or at least part of it, is, after the Stingray Corvette. And then my dad's side of the family's heritage actually is from Stirlingshire, Scotland. So Sting is actually short from Sterling. It's short for Sterling.
Oh,
And then both of my grandfathers had Ray in their name, and so we took all that, combined it together, and obviously the car influence spoke a big part of my life. But it's kind of cool to not just be like named after a fish or a car. It's like there's more to the story. There's a history behind it.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
your name would
go
have been
ahead.
great if you were as a doctor. I mean, Doctor Stingray. I mean,
I always joke that it wouldn't have made a very good accountant name. They're like 21-year-old kid named Stingray handling my money. I don't think so. That seems like a scam. So no, but it worked out well doing what I'm doing now.
there you
Yeah.
go.
So having a name like that, I feel like it is like a given that you were like destined to be into racing. How did it start you getting into racing?
Yeah, so I mean, from an early age, like you could imagine, I spent a lot of time around cool old fast cars, being Corvette fans. My
Yeah.
parents actually helped start the Corvette Club back home in Idaho, which is where I'm from. And so I would go to drag races and Corvette Club meetings and autocross events that are at the fairgrounds, and just like be in the paddock with all these cool old cars. And so from an early age, I used to sit in the back seat of my mom's car, and whenever we were driving down the road, I would just tell her faster, 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 because that's all I could think of. Is I just wanted it to go faster. And so from there, I kind of got my interest into to cars and motorsports. And when I was around 4 years old, I watched a driver in a video jump a go-kart into a foam pit. And 4-year-old Stinger, I saw that and was like, "Oh, that's what I want to do." And so I asked my parents for my
Yeah.
birthday for a go-kart and a foam pit. I got the go-kart but no foam pit, but that's kind of how I got going.
Okay. See, it
Well,
almost just from that story, it almost reminds me of like you were the. Can I say that? So, do you know who Mason? Is it named Mason? The kid that yodeled. Did you ever see any of the
Yes,
videos with that
yes,
like
I
kid that
did.
like yodeled and he was like far into it? You were like the kid of that, but racing and not yodeling.
Yeah, maybe that's a good relation. I think there's a lot of race car drivers that got started young, so there might be a few more yodelers in the world
Yeah.
than what just is it Mason Ramsey? I think his name is Mason Ramsey.
I th-
I remember that though.
yeah, I think so. I don't know what I don't know what in your that story that you just gave. It just he popped in my head, and I was like, I don't know if I should even say that.
That's funny. Well, that's good.